Good afternoon. My name is Jason Laney, and I'm a meteorologist here with the National Weather Service in Santa Teresa, New Mexico. And this is a weather briefing for the upcoming winter weather that will be affecting the area basically between New Year's Eve and the first couple of days of the new year. Over the past 24 hours, the computer models really haven't shown a lot of change, which means we're getting a little better handle on what this storm is going to do. We already have the winds in place, and it looks like those gusty east winds behind the cold front will carry through the night tonight and into tomorrow, with even the possibility of some light snowfall. This will make driving fairly difficult on north-south roads. It will appear that the strongest winds will be on the west side of mountain slopes, but just about everybody will be breezy to windy for the next 24 hours. Also, we're anticipating the development of heavy snow and possibly blowing snow in the mountains, first in the Gila and then in the Sacramento Mountains. That'll start late Wednesday evening and continue through Friday, and there is the possibility of some road closures in the higher terrain. Meanwhile, snow could accumulate in the lowlands as well, initially north and west of Las Cruces, and this could be an impact for Interstate 10 and I-25, especially western parts of the area and up to the north. Primarily, this will occur Thursday early morning and into the early afternoon, and before the storm can pull out, maybe some rain changing to snow east of the Rio Grande to include Las Cruces and the El Paso area. Now, as of this morning, the big storm that we're focusing in on is still back over parts of California, and by Wednesday morning, it'll be over Southern California with most of its moisture and activity taking place to our west over Arizona. We'll still be looking at the cold air blowing in around here. So Wednesday, kind of a continuation of today. The area is shaded in blue here, representing where we expect to see some light grainy snow, but accumulations will stay on the light side. The big impact here is going to be those strong west slope winds for Wednesday. But by the time we roll into Thursday, the storm is inching closer. Computer models show the center of circulation in northern Arizona, and this will start to push a frontal boundary through the area. And it's generally along and ahead of this front where we're going to see our precipitation, most of which should be snow. It'll start late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, we think, out to the west, primarily in the Gila and down towards the Boot Hill, and spread east and northeast throughout the day. And this is when we could start seeing the impact type weather taking place. 3 to 5 inches of snow up in the higher terrain of the Gila. We're talking 5,000 feet or above here, so those are fairly low snow levels. Lesser amounts over the Sacramentos, but this is just the start of this storm system. And remember, we talked about some accumulating snows north and west of Las Cruces. Well, the area shaded in blue here could see an inch or two of snow. It's probably going to be on the low side of that looking at the latest computer models, but one little change in track could completely change who gets how much snow, so we're certainly going to be keeping an eye on that. Then by Friday morning, the computer models have developed a trend of taking what appears to be the main storm energy well onto the northeast, and you would think that would put us out of the activity altogether, but it does appear that an additional circulation will develop back near the Boot Hill during the night Thursday night and early Friday morning, and this is what could really pile up much heavier snow over the Sacramentos, bring some decent snows to areas near and just north of Las Cruces over to around Alamogordo, and maybe even change rain over to snow in the El Paso area. Now, the uncertainties are this. We're not sure how much moisture this storm is going to have as it comes in. It'll have plenty over Arizona, but some of the moisture could get shut off, and that could mean lower snow totals all around. And will that secondary low develop and cross southern New Mexico? If it does, lowlands get more snow. If it doesn't, Friday could be a dry day. Now, right now, we do have a wind advisory until midday Wednesday for the west slopes of the Franklin Mountains and the Oregon Mountains, with a freezing fog advisory, which has gone in effect this morning through tomorrow morning for the east slopes of the Sacramentos. And it looks like if this all comes together as we're thinking, we may have to start with snow advisories across the Gila region and maybe in later periods through the Sacramento Mountains, and maybe even winter weather advisories above 4,500 feet in some of the lowland areas. So stay tuned for that. Again, we're looking for strong and gusty east winds to continue tonight and tomorrow, generally along west slopes of area mountains, with the snow setting in tomorrow night and through the day Thursday, initially in the Gila, then spreading off towards the east, with the possibility of some lowland snow accumulating as well. And of course, all of this snow will have impacts on the roadways, including some of the major interstates for Thursday, dimming to Las Cruces, actually westward to Lordsburg as well, and up around the T or C area. And still keeping an eye to see if that rain or snow will move east of the Rio Grande by late Friday and Friday afternoon. Again, this is the latest on the storm. We'll continue to monitor it for you. And of course, if you have any questions, be sure to join us through social media or check out our webpage for the latest developing weather situation.